Hi, welcome to part 2 of Remaking Super Mario Bros. From the SNES. I started off by making the main menu. To do this, I used an image for the background and a mushroom icon that changes position to represent a cursor. In the original game, if you selected 2-player, Luigi would have his go after Mario has died. However, in my version, Mario and Luigi can be played at the same time. Here you can see me and my brother playing the first working version of it. As you may have noticed, there are so many things wrong, like the draw order and the camera. Getting 2 cameras to work together was not an easy task. What I did was create 2 versions of the draw to screen function, one that needs Mario and the other that needs Mario and Luigi. I noticed something while playing the game. At some points it can get really laggy. I think this is due to calling the rendering function twice. At this point we are loading the whole world at the start of the level and drawing it all to the screen, even if we cannot see it. This is okay if you've got a small world and only using one camera, but in my case we need to change something. To counter this issue, I made it so only tiles within range of Mario or Luigi are drawn to the screen. This is known as chunks. To do this, I have a rectangle the size of the screen that follows the camera. If a tile is within the rectangle, it will be drawn to the screen. Another issue I encountered was gaps between tiles. This is because I'm not using pixel perfect movement. After hours of research, I ended up just leaving it how it is. This is a known limitation of SFML and OpenGL. It's about time to make the enemies. Like the mushroom, they are a class with multiple types. When Mario collides with the enemy and his Y velocity is greater than 0.3, the enemy will die and Mario will bounce. If not, then the enemy will change Mario's state from either dead or shrinking, depending on his size. I spent about a day trying to find out where I got the error, attempting a reference to a deleted function when deleting an enemy from an array. It turns out that adding a constant variable into a class is a no-no. The rest of the day was spent adding various different animations. Next, I made enemies collide with each other. To do this, I checked the direction they're going to determine the side of their collision. I then made an animation for when Mario is big and is hit, and another animation for dying. In the original, when Mario is small and he tries to hit a static block, the block will rise 4 pixels. This was really easy to create. I then added a few small things like running, a start screen and a UI while you play the game. I then made a new type of enemy, the turtle enemy. Although it's only used once in level 1-1, it's going to be a lot more useful in upcoming levels. It's basically a Goomba, except it has multiple states: normal enemy, static shell, and moving shell. Creating the enemy had its challenges, but within a few hours I was done. During the process of making level 1-1, I noticed how hard it was to keep track of which buttons did what, so I decided to redesign it. There are buttons on the side to select which tile you want to place. If there are several types to one tile, you can change it by pressing either left or right arrow key. Next, I made the fire flower as well as Mario's fire abilities. To begin with, I made the mushroom entity change to the fire flower if Mario is already big. Then I remade all the animations due to 2 extra sprites being added onto the sprite sheet. Up next was the fire. To do this, I made a new class and gave it a constant force in the direction Mario is facing. Then I just added gravity and checked whether there are any tiles or enemies in the way. If so, delete the firewall. Up until now, I have not tested 2-player, and when I did, I got so many errors. Like a good programmer, I went to Stack Overflow for answers. It turns out storing certain indexes of tiles for a feature that no longer exists breaks the game. So while Mario is breaking blocks, Luigi still thinks they are there. In short, it's going out of range from an array. An easy fix, but it took so long to find out the issue. One final thing I did was create the flag. To achieve this, I gave Mario another state. This state changes if Mario intersects a flag tile. If the state is changed, then a constant Y force is applied to Mario. Once Mario is at the last flag tile, he will run right until he gets to a castle. And that's it. In the next video, I'll make level 1-2, but for now, see you later.